Will be. Boom! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to day number 5 of the One Funnel Away Challenge. Very excited to be here. Hopefully you guys are as well. Excited that you are still with me. Okay, I love it when you guys are live. I love that. I absolutely love it because I can interact with you guys. I do read the comments. When I'm explaining something, a lot of times I will not look at it so I can make sure I get it out without getting distracted. But I need you. Anyways, I'm very, very excited for this and for today. Today is one of those little, as if the others haven't been amazing little gold nuggets, but today really is as well, okay? Today what we're going to go over is I want to teach you guys, like, think about where we are right now, okay? We've broken a lot of beliefs personally that you guys probably have gone through. We've gone in and we're helping you identify, like, what types of offers, right? The relationship between physical and digital, why average cart value, potential average cart value versus cost to acquire, why this lets you sell faster and harder than other companies, right? This is an amazing opportunity, right? Why this game is actually worth playing and trying to figure out, okay? You rescheduled so you could be here live. Hey, thank you very much, Joan. Really appreciate that. Hey, so what we're going to go over today, though, is one of the things that will stop an entrepreneur next. We spend a lot of time identifying what actually slows people down in the game but Steven, I've drafted this sweet offer. How do I actually go create it now? Right? And then they go into this big, massive, distracted state where all they're trying to do is they're trying to figure out, well, I got to learn how to build product number 3, but I'm not a coder. Crap, where's coding for dummies? And then they start learning how to code. Russell literally did that for a while until he learned this one principle I'm about to go over today, right? And you guys have seen him go through this as well, right? Or they go through and be like, well, I know enough design to get by, so I'm gonna go make my own ebook cover, right? And I'm gonna go create these things on my own, and it's okay for a little bit. I mean, as far as a few things, but like, as fast as humanly possible, you have got to stop being the only who in your business. I started learning this principle in college when I realized, like, crap, I suck at CIT, Computer Information Technology. That was actually my major when I first started, because I was like, all of my ideas have to do with the internet. I need to learn how to code. And I literally went and started learning how to code. And I sucked at it. I mean, I was so bad at it. I was there. Conceptually, I knew what was going on. I knew how they were doing it all. I understood how it worked. I understood what made the code work. I can read it a little bit. I can't write it, though. I'm just terrible at that stuff. And so I was like, I got to get out of this. And I backed out of it. And I was like, I need to get back to the fundamental principle of how to orchestrate this stuff rather than learn all the instruments. Right? And it was super hard. Someone said, that's what I do. Oh, super cool. Oh, and you hate it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. But what's cool about this game is that we've been able to help like 12-year-olds have seriously $1-million businesses because they learned this one thing I'm teaching you right here. It's all about the who, and you should not be the only who, right? The it solves how. Right? Rather than how do I do this? How do I do this? How does it's who already knows how to do that, and how can I go get them involved? So what I started doing, in fact, I did this when I first started working for ClickFunnels. We came into ClickFunnels. I was already building successful funnels for other companies. I wasn't quite charging yet for a lot of stuff that I was doing, so we still didn't have that much money, and I would ride my bike into ClickFunnels every morning. And so I would I'd get up at 5. And I would get up at, I would be in ClickFunnels by 6 a.m. and rain, snow, sunshine. I would ride my bike, okay, 4 or 5 miles into ClickFunnels. And I would work on my own stuff from about 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. When Russell came in, right, at 9 a.m., I would shift gears and I would start doing my own stuff. The hardest part for me at the beginning is I had to realize that was enough time. Okay, but I was trying to answer the question, how can I expand time, right, when I can't be the only one doing this? And so what I started doing was I was an affiliate for ClickFunnels. I very small little cash coming in. I'm trying, maybe like $100 a month kind of thing. I didn't, it wasn't a big focus of mine, but it became one because what I was doing is I took my first initial sales and I went and I hired some who's. Okay, I went on Fiverr.com. I went on Freelancer.com. I went on, and I did exactly the process we're walking you guys through right here. I knew that I wanted to create this cool offer. Well, I'm going to give them this, and then they'll get this, and then this, and everyone kind of complains about X, Y, and Z, so I could give them this product, and it solves that. But like, crap, how do I go make that? you know what? I bet someone on Fiverr knows how to make that. And that's exactly what I did. And so when I'd be riding my bike in the mornings, all right, I'd be building a bare bones funnel, bare bones sales message. Those are the very things we're walking you guys through here. And during the day, these other VAs, these virtual assistants around the world were getting stuff done while I couldn't, right? And it's the reason when someone says, hey, I am in a 9-to-5 job, Steven, I can't do this. That's why I go nuts. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's only 8 hours of the day, 9 hours of the day. Like, there's 24 in the day. Let's see. So how are you spending the other time? Right? You know what I mean? Well, I have kids. Well, so do I. Okay. Well, I want to get a full 8 hours of sleep every day. Like, okay. Well, there's the issue. Okay. Back off just a little bit, build a cool structure, then go sleep a little bit later. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. Okay. And so I would go and people would be getting stuff done while I was working for my actual 9-to-5. Then I would go back home. I'd spend 2-3 hours with the family, right? I'd be back about 6, hang out with the family till about 9, and then from 9 to midnight, I would work again, and I would build stuff. And people are like, man, that's crazy. It's super intense. Like, yeah, how bad do you want it, right? Yeah, it was intense, right? And then I would sleep from midnight to 5, and then I would be up. I'd be in ClickFunnels at 6. And I was able to squeeze out basically an entire second job. Okay, it's like 5-6 hours a day on my own stuff. I just got creative. Okay, your scenario is different. Come up with your own solution, and that's what I did. Okay, someone said I was up at 2 a.m. Sleep later when it's all done. Yeah, and this whole it's a very sexy message right now in the entrepreneurial world. Hustle till you bleed. Like, I actually don't agree with that. There's a time for hustle, and there's a time when you should probably just take care of yourself. Okay, okay. But, right, there's a time to hustle. Like, this challenge is meant to do that for you. So what I want to do real quick is I want to be able to walk through 2 things with you guys today. Number 1, I want to teach you guys how I find my who's. Okay? Because I spent and wasted thousands of dollars, months of time with bad VAs. Okay, with people who were just frankly not good enough that I should not have hired those individuals. And I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known that. And it's a huge pain point. I'm like, go find some who's. You can find them on Freelancer, right? Fiverr. You can find them on Upwork. You could find them on Funnel Rolodex, right? But then you're like, are they any good? So this is how I find good who's. You guys ready? Yeah. I just went to Fiverr for my book cover. Book, awesome. Super cool. 100%. Okay. Thought about the same subject yesterday. Thanks, Steve. Hey, awesome, cool. Okay, this is what I did. Yes, Ariana said competitions. That is one of my favorite ways to do it, right? I am a capitalist pig. Loud and proud, baby. Capitalist pig, true and blue until I die. I'm all about every one of you should just be filthy stinking rich so that you can go and you can be a good source in the world. Money doesn't change you, it amplifies you. So if you're a jerk when you're poor, you'll be a bigger jerk when you're rich. If you are very helpful and you know how to help people when you're poor, you'll be helpful and know how to help people when you're rich. Money doesn't change people, it amplifies them. So please be capitalist pigs, make a crap ton of money and go help people. Okay? Stop having fear over money. A lot of people feel that. A lot of people hear that. Like, oh, I don't want to make money because I don't want to be greedy. Okay, well, you already were when you were poor. If that's the real issue, okay. I've seen a lot of very humble people who are rich. Russell being one of them, which is awesome. Okay, all right. So when I go in and I'm trying to find the right who's, what I like to do is competitions, right? Viva la capitalism. So I'm going to put them in a capitalist kind of competition. I am going to go in, and I am going to like with Freelancer. What I would do is I was like, hey, I know enough Photoshop. I know that I could go create this image that I need, but I don't, that's not the most effective big green dot for me to be spending my time on. I need to be writing a sales message, building the sales funnel, not creating this image that I know I need. What if I was to create a competition in Freelancer, which is what I did. I like Freelancer because it facilitates the competition process. You actually can choose competition, right? And it will facilitate all of that. Okay, so then what I go do is I say I pay a little bit more than you would typically think someone should get paid for an image. I'm doing that to attract a lot of people. Like this one time I was trying to get a T-shirt done. So while this is a real thing, I was doing my 9-to-5, okay, and while I was working, I went and I said, hey, I'll give you $80 for this T-shirt design. I'm not really trying to pay $80. I'll pay it. But what I'm doing is I am attracting all the top competition, all the top people to come in. Yeah, as someone said, I used it. You guys can use it. There's lots of these, okay? But I love, the reason why I'm not recommending it, that's why I use Freelancer, because it does the competition process. You can use whatever you want to, okay? But what's cool is I said, hey, the number one position wins. Okay, the person, meaning I only have to pay out whoever I award first place to, which is very awesome. Okay, this is what I go do, is I go out and I say, hey, here's $80. Let me dangle this in front of you for this image or for whatever. And what I'm doing, though, is I'm trying to sift out all of the good competition or the good people. It always goes this way. I'll run it for like 5 to 7 days. Immediately, the first like 3 days, the crappiest submissions always come in, and it always makes me nervous. I'm like, dang it, I'm not going to get any good ones. Right? It's like I get flooded with bad submissions. I'm like, is this your first time doing this? Like, thankfully I didn't click on your profile, which looked the best, but you have the worst work, right? It's through doing this process that I sift people out. What I do is I critique each person's work publicly. I make all of the comments public. I make all of the critiques public. Everyone in the future who's looking at it can see what I like and what I don't like. Okay? What I like and what I don't like. What I like and what I don't like. I'm very careful to ever put out a 5-star. I almost never do. Okay? It's always 1s, 3, maybe a 4-star if I really like it, but I reject work like crazy publicly. Like, no. And I'm almost a little bit harsh because I'm trying to let everybody know, look, I hate that. Stop submitting work, everybody, that looks like that. Okay, that looks like that. This one design thing I keep asking for, no one's done it yet. I'm very public, very open. As day 5, 6, and 7 come around, all the top talent comes around, and they see all of the work that and all the feedback that I've given. And it always has been that in the last day or 2, or maybe sometimes 3, the top talent comes in. They see the very top work that I really, really like, and then they come in and say, hey, how about this? And it's beautiful. It's brilliant. It's like, oh my gosh. Now I only have to pay out that number 1 person, but I farmed the top 3 that I really like. Now in the future, when I need a design done, I just go back to, like, I'm guessing you don't just do t-shirts, right? And they'll be like, yeah, I do this, 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 this. All right, sweet. Oh, cool. You're really good. It's you and 2 others, and I really want to have this happen. Okay, now this is what I did. Okay, so I've literally built a virtual team in this manner. Okay, slowly, you know, I'm not racing the clock or whatever, but I took the time to find good people, find good who's, and what was interesting is I went in and, like for my funnel, for my Facebook agency, meaning I'm not an ace agency. I don't know how to drive Facebook ads. I don't want to learn how to drive Facebook ads, but I know I need to drive Facebook ads. So that's a big problem, right? How many guys are like, I don't want to drive ads? Is this live? Yes. Why does everyone keep asking that? Yes. Is it live? Denise. Okay. What I do is I go out and I say, why would we not make it live? Anyway, what I do is I go out and I say, hey, like I went to a Facebook group. So that's one way. Is a lot of creatives and a lot of things like with Freelancer and a lot of is I will find a competition that I can go and use their software to farm out all the creatives, people for images, for sound, coding. That's the exact same thing. Sound bites, sound files, intros and outros to podcasts. I mean, all these people. Okay, that's how I found all these people coming on in. So then what I go do is I will go in and so anyways, that's one way. The second way I like to go do it is very similar, but it's a little bit, what I like about it is that you're going to a pot that's already there, a congregation that's already self-identified as experts. When I needed a Facebook agency to run ads, I was like, hey, here's the second method. I was like, hey, where can I find people who are as obsessed over Facebook ads as I am over funnels, right? I need the person who's like the geek, right? I don't want someone who's like, yeah, I'll go learn. I'm going to learn how to drive Facebook ads with your product, Steven. I'm like, no. All right. I want someone who's really freaking good. Okay. So what I did is I want the person who's got the twitch in the eye, who's kind of the psycho also, right? I want that person who's geeking out over the latest Facebook policy updates, and they know where Zuckerberg lives, and they probably have the same t-shirt. You know, I want the psycho, right? I want that person because they're going to do things that a normal person can do. I want that top 20% kind of individual. The iTwitch team, exactly, Joshua, right? Okay. So what I go do is I was like, well, where do they all hang out? Well, just like anything, there's probably a Facebook group of Facebook ads pros. So where are they? I just got on Facebook, right? If you're like, I already do Facebook ads, I want a funnel builder. Cool. Where are all the funnel builders hanging out? The internet is just a big group of congregations that self-select and self-identify. So where's the congregation of Facebook ad psychos, right, that I can go and talk to? What I did is I went to that group and I said, hey, I'm looking for somebody a little bit long-term, right? A little bit long-term relationship with to drive my ads. Okay, I've got this kind of background. I really want to do this. I'm just looking. I'm sorry if this isn't approved in the group. I'm desperate. If you're interested, could you just send me like a 3-minute video on why I should choose you? I'm just looking. Okay, that one little call to action filtered so many people. I could not believe how many people wouldn't follow freaking directions and say, hey, well, I don't have time to film a video, but could you please consider me? And I was like, no, you can't even follow. No, I need you to be a decision maker. I'm not here to manage you. You're here to manage my ads. You know what I'm saying? I need a mentality of an individual, not just a talent. And so a lot of people, shocking number, couldn't follow simple directions and send a 3-minute video. Or they'd send one that's like 15 minutes long. And I was like, look, I don't care that it's 3 or 4, or maybe even 5, but like, come on, are you serious? So when I did, yeah, they self-deselect, exactly, Gunner, right? Spot on, right? So what I would do is a 3 minutes, and then I watched them all, and I was like, okay, just based on personality, can I work with this individual? Based on how they're talking about it, based on if they say, I'm not an ads person, but I'm willing to learn. I will work for free for you. I do not want anyone to work for me for free. It makes the awkward crap in the future. Okay, I want the ability to pay the person a fair amount of money so that I also can control their output and fire them if I need to. You know what I'm saying? The free thing is kind of a trap sometimes. Okay. And so I was like, I want to be able to go in. And so anyways, I filtered it down to 3 people. And what I did is I said, all right, capitalist pig, right? May the best person win. I went to each one of them and I said, hey, you are one of 3 people that I'm considering for this role. I'm going to give each of you guys some money, and I need you to drive traffic to this page. We'll pixel it how we need to so you're tracked appropriately, but may the best person win. Whoever sends the most converting traffic will get the job. Just because, right? They didn't have the job yet. Just because it was a competition, someone backed out. I was like, oh, whew, thankfully it's not you because I'm highly competitive and I want you to be aggressive. Okay, someone backed out and I was like, oh, all right. Okay, the next 2 people, this is the point, guys. I didn't even have to run the competition. I could already tell who was going to be the best. Okay, just because of competition, someone backed out. Then something happened. It was the way they interacted with me that I could tell who I needed to choose. Okay, can I hire your beard? You can. It's very expensive though. Okay, great question. Okay, what I did is I said, okay, it's just you 2 now, and I let them know. One of them came to me and was like, hey, your ads platform is set up like this. Do you want me to do this, or how do you want this, or how do you want this? And I was like, I don't know. You're supposed to know this crap. I've never logged into this. I don't want to know that. You make the decisions, right? And they're like, but what about this, and this, and that? And I was like, you're stressing me out, man. Like, you're the expert, right? That's why you're here. Okay, then the other person was like, alrighty, hey, I really want to make sure it's a good experience for you. They said, Steven, what I need from you is 1, 2, 3, X, Y, and Z, and then give me access to this when we're ready to rock. I filled out a sweet questionnaire. The person had already thought through it. I could tell that they knew what the heck they were doing. I didn't even have to go and go any further. We didn't even run the competition. I could just tell that this was the right person based on how much hand-holding they needed. I was like, oh my gosh, right? It was super cool. What was crazy is that person went and started driving ads. We'd put $1 in and get 4 back out. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of ROI. I found out later this person was like one of this industry's top gurus, Facebook ads driver as well, and I had farmed out this person. Okay, those competitions, someone complained to me once. They're like, but Steven, that seems like it would take 5 to 7 days. Like, Yeah, or go waste thousands of dollars in months. Like, get over it, okay? This is how I find good who's, okay? So I'm just telling you, like, piecemeal the people together, do little things to find out who the good ones are. That's one of my favorite strategies to do it. So Freelancer or other places that facilitate a contest-like process, may the best person win. I want my craft to be good. I expect them to be good, okay? There's a room, there's space for people to learn with me. But that, when it comes to me making my revenue in for the business, I'm not going to play with that. I want the best, right? I want the person who's the psycho Twitch team, right? Someone said. So that's how I did that. You've told this already. Well, I hope you learned something new, Denise. Okay, so that's how I did it, though, is the contest process back and forth. So when you go in, find your correct who's, find your who's, do something like that. Okay. Anyway. Okay, second thing I want to teach you guys. One of the biggest things that I went and I learned as you guys are starting to create your products, because this is all today is about, is you're going to start actually doing the creation of the thing. Where you will screw it up is if you do all of the creation of the thing yourself. Okay? One of the biggest advantages of the info product model is that I could take this video and sell it as a masterclass or a course. I could rip the audio and sell it as an audiobook. I could take the audio and go get it transcribed and sell it as a chapter, or give it away as a free chapter, a front end on a squeeze page. Okay. One of the most brilliant things you will ever see from this industry is the way content is repurposed. Okay, so the reason why, like a lot of stuff that I create, I start with video so I can repurpose it and rip it and hit tons of different platforms. I hate reading blogs. I never read blogs. How many of you guys love reading blogs? Some of you guys love it, right? A lot of you guys don't. But there's a percentage of people who do, right? Someone said, yeah. Someone said too long. Someone said, I do, right? That's great. I don't want to negate those who would go in and buy from me just because I'm not producing the way they like to receive their stuff. Okay, same info, different repackaged, right? Packaged differently. This is one of the biggest lessons. I've already told this as well. I don't care. Okay, is people will pay for the same thing repackaged in a different way. They will actually spend more money for the same thing repackaged in a different way. So if you're like, oh man, I sell, I don't know, a supplement, right? Some of you guys might be selling supplements right now. Steven, I need to make an offer. Okay, well, I have my supplement. What are the biggest follow-up problems people are hearing or saying to me? What are the biggest follow-up problems I'm hearing that people say when they see my supplement? Steven, I just don't know how much to take. Oh, cool. That's an easy one to solve. What would I make? A product guide, a consumption guide. Steven, when's the best time to take this supplement? What should I pair it with that works really well inside my body typically, right? Those kinds of things. Well, what if I just took out my phone and I said, hey, what's up, phone? I'm going to answer all these questions. I'm going to talk for, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 minutes, however long you want to talk. I'm going to take that. I'm going to teach each of those things, the answers to those objections. I'm going to teach the answer to them on video. And now I have a free video course that it goes with. And now I also can rip the audio and boom, now we have an audio book or audio chapter that's free. Now we can take that and repurpose it and boom, now we have blog articles. And we have articles you can give for free as for other people to get traffic on other people's blog platforms or give that away for free. Free PDF guide on how to take these kinds of supplements the best. Boom, there's your squeeze page thing. You see what I'm saying? One of the biggest things you could ever learn and one of the reasons why Russell has made so much money outside of ClickFunnels. The dude's got 18 2Comma Club awards and 3 of them have made over 10 million outside of ClickFunnels. Okay, actually I think that's old data because he's done that. Anyways, I think he's at like 6 $10 million awards outside of ClickFunnels, right? A lot of it before ClickFunnels even existed. Okay, one of the things they're masters at is repurposing content and using their target audience to create the content. So a little side thing, just so you know. So one of the things that I did is I went out and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see what all my people are struggling with, and then I'm gonna go create an event that they can come to for free, where I teach the answers to all the things they're struggling with, and then All they got to do is pay like little things here and there or whatever. They self-funded the entire event. I broke even on it. Wasn't to make money. It was to get the content that they wanted. Then I took that content, repurposed it like crazy for podcasts, repurposed it for like crazy for video courses, repurposed it like crazy for audio, for text, for books that are coming out, for workbooks, for boom, right? Does that make sense? It's that. The info product model is freaking incredible, okay? And it can be used for any, in fact, it's one of the things Expert Secrets recommends, that you can pair with any business that's out there to leverage your revenue like crazy. Like, Steven, I'm a brick and mortar. That's fine. You still can sell like a little info thing. The info product model margins are massive. And when you piggyback it on the back of an existing product you have, it's like it can double companies really quick, really fast. Okay, so when you're going through and you're starting to look at the things inside your offer, which you're creating today now, the thing that I need you to start looking at is there room for me? First of all, how can I hire out and get the right who? But second of all, how can I make this the fastest way possible where I could repurpose content for the other products inside of my stuff, right? Think about what you guys got for this course, for this challenge. What did we give you? The 30 Days book. Did Russell write that? No. He wrote one sentence of that entire book. He went out to places, right? He went out to influencers, right? I have a chapter in there. He came out to me and he said, Steven, will you write a chapter of what you would do to get everything back in 30 days? I said, sure. He did that with tons of people. Crowd created the product, then had each of us come in and teach you guys what we would do, a more deep dive of our chapter, do a small little 20, 30-minute summit interview for the summit, okay? Then what happened after that? We went in and we recorded all of last challenge, okay? The last One Funnel Away challenge, I recorded all of that. We ripped the audio and made it an MP3 player, which is now part of the offer for this challenge. Okay, we took out all that stuff, all my teachings, all of Russell's, everyone else's. When we grabbed all of that content, and now a lot of that is the workbook. Okay, does that make sense? It's the way you repurpose stuff that is more attractive for an audience who would not otherwise buy it. So I'm not saying like I'm trying to bathe you guys a little bit here so you can start to see like, oh my gosh, this is a really cool world that you guys all live in. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Okay, if you go in, so in a car park, offer free parking to new customers / discounts. Yeah, yeah, totally, right? Anyways, I'm not gonna go deep into that, but you guys understand? Is this only available for this 30 days? Yes, it goes away. Okay, it gets deleted. Every challenge does. Okay. Otherwise you don't take action. I'm here to put your feet to the fire. I don't care if it's uncomfortable. Okay, that's the point of the challenge. It's a challenge. Okay. Anyway, so that's what we're doing today. Is we're going in, and to the purpose of today's challenge and today's mission, you're gonna go in and start actually creating this stuff. I beg you to make sure you're not the one do it. It's not so sad. It's keeping you to the fire. Okay. What I need you to do is go in and start saying, hey, how can I get this created where I'm not the only one doing it? And then number two, right, is there room for me to repurpose content for additional things in my offer that increase the value? Got it? Rock on, my friends. Go get him. Crush it. Stay tough.